this is Dr. Do again. This video is outside of medicine. Continue the book, the Iliad by Homer. I'm going to continue to read it. So Thetis cried as she left the cave, and her sisters swarmed up with her, all in a tide of tears. And billowing round them now, the ground swell heaved up, and once they reached the fertile land of Troy, they all streamed ashore, row on row in a long cottage, and the sea nymphs filling up where the Myrmidon ships lay hauled, clustered closely round the great runner Achilles. As he groaned from the depths, his mother rose before him, and sobbing a sharp cry, cradled her son's head in her hands, and her words were all compassion, winging pity. My child, why in tears? What sorrow has touched your heart? Tell me, please, don't harbor it deep inside you. Zeus has accomplished everything you wanted. Just as you raised your hands and prayed that day, all the sons of Achilles are pinned against the ships, and all for want of you. They suffer shattering losses. And growing deeply, the matchless Rani answered, O dear mother, true, all these burning desires Olympian Zeus has brought to pass for me. But what joy to me now, my dear comrade dead, Patroclus, the man I loved beyond all other comrades, loved as my own life. I have lost him. Hector's killed him, stripped the gigantic armor off his back, our marvel to behold, my burnished gear, radiant gifts the god presented Peleus that day they drove you into a mortal marriage bed. I wish you'd lingered deep with the deathless sea nymphs, lived at sea, and Peleus carried home a mortal bride. But now, as it is, sorrow, unending sorrows must surge within your heart as well, for your own son's death. Never again will you embrace him striding home. My spirit rebels. I have lost the will to live, to take my stand in the world of man, unless, before all else, Hector's battered down by my spear, and grasps away his life, the blood price for Patroclus, Menelaus' gallant son he had killed and stripped. But Thetis answered, warning through her tears, you are doomed to a short life, my son, from all you say. For hard on the heels of Hector's death, your death must come at once. Then let me die at once, Achilles burst out, despairing, since it was not my fate to save my dearest comrade from his death. Look, a world away from its fatherland he's perished, lacking me my fighting strength to defend him. But now, since I shall not return to my fatherland, nor did I bring one ray of hope to my Patroclus, nor to the rest of all my steadfast comrades, countless ranks struck down by mighty Hector. No, no, here I sit by the ships, a useless, dead weight on the good green earth. I, no man my equal among the bronze-armed Achaeans, not in battle, only in wars of words that others win. If only strife could die from the lives of God and man, and anger that drives the sanest man to flare in outrage. Bitter gall, sweeter than dripping streams of honey, that swarms in people's chests and blinds like smoke, just like the anger Agamemnon, king of man, has rose within me now. Enough. Let bygones be bygones. Done is done. Despite my anguish, I will beat it down, the fury mounting inside me, down by force. But now I'll go and meet that murderer head-on, that Hector who destroyed the dearest life I know. For my own death, I will meet it freely, whenever Zeus and other deathless gods would like to bring it out. Not even Hercules fled his death, for all his power, favorite son as he was to Father Zeus the king. Fate crushed him, and Hera's savage anger, and I too. If the same fate waits for me, I'll lie in peace once I've gone down to death. But now, for the moment, let me seize great glory, and drive some women of Troy, or deeper breast Dardan, to claw with both hands at her tender cheeks and wipe away her burning tears as the sobs come choking her throat. They all learn that I refrain from war a good long time. Don't try to hold me back from the fighting, mother. Love me as you do. You cannot pursue me now. The goddess of the glistening feet replied, Yes, my son, you're right. No crowd's work to save your exhausted friends from headlong death, but your own handsome war gear lies in children's hands, bronze and burnished, and Hector in that flashing helmet. Hector glories in your armor, stepped across his back. Now that he will glory in it long, I tell you. His own destruction hovers near him now. Wait, don't fling yourself in the ground of battle yet, not till you see me coming back with your own eyes. Tomorrow I will return to you with the rising sun, bearing splendid arms from Hephaestus, god of fire. With that vow, she turned away from her son and faced and urged her sisters of deep. Now down you go in the ocean's folding gulfs to visit father's halls, the old man of the sea, and tell him all. I'm on my way to Olympus' heights, to the famous smith Hephaestus. I pray he will give me my son some fabulous armor full of God's great fire. And under a foaming wave, her sister dove in glistening coated Thetis soared toward Olympus to win her dear son an immortal set of arms. And now, as her feet swept her toward Olympus, rank of Achaeans, fleeting men killing Hector with grim, unearthly cries, reached the ships and Hellespots alongshore. As for Patroclus, there seemed no hope that Achaeans could drag the corpse of Achilles' comrade out of rage. Again the Trojan troops and teams outtook the body, with Hector son of Priam storming fierce as fires. 3 times illustrious Hector shouted for support, seized his feet from behind, wild to drag him off. 3 times the Aenetes, armored in battle fury, fought him off the corpse, but Hector held firm, staking all on his massive fighting strength. Again and again he'd hurl himself at the melee, again and again stand fast with piercing cries, but he never gave ground backward, not 1 inch. The helmed Aenetes could no more fright Hector, the proud son of Priam, back from Patroclus' corpse, than shepherds out in the field can scare a tawny lion off his kill when the hungry drives the beast claw-mad. And now Hector would have hauled the body away and won undying glory, if wind-swift Ares had not swept from Olympus, bearing her message. Peleus' son must arm, but all unknown to Zeus and other gods, since Hera spurred her on. Halting near, she gave Achilles a fight of marching orders. To arms, son of Peleus, most terrifying man alive, defend Patroclus. It's all for him, this merciless battle pitched before the ships. They are mauling each other now, Achaeans struggling to save the corpse from harm, Trojans charging to haul it back to windy Troy. Flashing Hector's far in the head, wild to drag it off, furious to lop the head from its soft, tender neck and stake it high on the city's palisade. I'm going to stop here to then continue next time. Thank you for watching.